Hi.
Hey, Nicole.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Nicole.
Good, thank you.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi,
I'm Victoria.
How are you? Good, good. Nice to see you again.
You're the first one on. There are quite a few people who signed
Likewise.
up.
Yeah, like I thought you looked familiar. You were with at Brenda's webinar too, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think you're ripe for travel, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I want to get as much information as I can and learn as much. And when I found out about this webinar, I was really excited because I love nutrition and natural health. Yeah, and how certain things affect the body. And we all know about the Mediterranean diet and how people in the Mediterranean regions have a longer life expectancy. And not only that, just even at an older age, still being more mobile and healthy and agile. I think that.
Are you a nutrition major?
No, if I can do it all over again, I would be. I studied aviation. I'm 36 now, so I studied aviation to be an air traffic controller. But as I got but now I teach. I'm a guest teacher, so I have a class full of some kids.
Oh my gosh!
So yeah, so right now it's study hall, so it works out. But I'm looking for a career change, definitely, and or at least just learning something to enhance my life.
Yeah, it's wonderful and it's fun. My son is a graduate from Stanford with a material science degree. He was working for Tesla as a quality control engineer, and then he bloody flipped. I mean, he said, "I don't like cars. I don't want to do this anymore." So he went back to get his master's in psychology.
Wow, that's a complete 180. That's completely
because he said I can do everything online. I will have my holidays. I don't have to, I don't have to be responsible for gazillions, and I don't particularly like cars that much. So why not?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do. Learn something different.
Would always be a trained engineer, but he likes stuff and he likes to travel. So.
Oh, wow.
It's wonderful when you can change. Hi, Robin. I can't hear you.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Victoria.
Hey, Victoria.
I am the IPSL program director in Greece.
Awesome.
So should we wait for more people or?
I don't know how many people signed up.
Sorry, I'll just unmute myself. We had quite a few sign up, so I would like to wait just a couple minutes. We got more. We have more folks coming in.
What we are going to talk about a little bit today, and I'll show you some slides just to get you into the mood, and some couple of short videos to get you into the mood. Is everybody's studying and hearing about the Mediterranean diet, but it's a whole different story if you actually live it and you see how people live this lifestyle. I mean, my father Nicole was talking about the longevity. My father is going to be 92, going on 93, both my parents, in April. He's every morning going buying his fresh fruit and vegetables. They eat tons of yogurt every night. That's what they eat. He can't even fathom not walking around. I mean, there's no such thing as driving everywhere like they do in the States. And the only pill he takes is a blood pressure pill. That's it. At 92, that's it. So, and I was raised believing in food. I mean, my mother still keeps on saying, did you eat this? Did you eat that? I mean, don't forget to eat this. Don't forget to eat that. Food, just food. And I'm going, okay, I'm an adult. I know what to eat. But it is very important. You're right, Nicole. Very important. And in Greece, especially, and in the southern countries, they don't have a suburbia, the whole thing of suburbia. So there's no such thing as driving everywhere for everything. If you go, you walk everywhere. So it's an active life. So this whole program is to, if I don't know if more students are in nutrition majors or not, or just interested in all of this, to live this kind of lifestyle for a while. and earn credits towards a degree program while living this lifestyle, which is almost like a holiday compared to some other programs. So we'll kind of introduce you to a few of the basics and see if we can pique your interest.
I'm a nutrition student.
Oh, wow.
I've been working with Ariane getting my trip to Greece set up for this summer.
Great. Really? Yes. Okay. And what are you interested in?
The Mediterranean diet course that you were talking about.
Okay. Oh, great. Yes. We have a private chef that's going to be doing everything with us.
Oh my gosh.
It should be fun. We have an amazing program organized. The only thing we pray, and I watch the news every single day, is the announcement. You know, I'm looking like how many people are vaccinated. Right. They're issuing this green passport now. So whoever is vaccinated or had COVID already or is negative just goes right through. They don't have to go through tests. So we're like, yes, please.
Excellent. Well, Victoria, I will continue to, I'm going to be here and I will continue to let people in if they get here and can't get in or have questions or something. So, but if you want to go ahead with your presentation to Nicole and Robin, that would be totally fine. And it's being recorded anyway, so we can share it afterward.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, I'm going to mute myself and I'm.
Okay, so I guess the three of us girls. So. We'll talk a little bit about the program. It's a new program IPSL is offering. I've been running it for a while for other schools and universities and individuals, but now it's becoming a credit earning program, and it's the Mediterranean diet and lifestyle. And this is designed to help students develop an understanding about the specific diet and its health benefits, the main ingredients, the produce, and research the theory of the Mediterranean way of life. Most importantly, because you know the rest you probably read about, but through this program you'll be able to actually live this program. So I'm going to start you with a little video to kind of whet your appetite. Just all the fun stuff we're going to be doing here. A taste of Greece. Okay, this is some of the stuff we're going to be doing. Let me get this off. So the Mediterranean diet, why the Mediterranean diet? There's been interest, as you all know, in the Mediterranean diet. It became in the 60s. And it started because they observed that coronary heart disease caused fewer deaths in the Mediterranean, countries like Greece, Italy, and Spain. But it received widespread recognition in the 90s. And it was considered a poor man's diet because it wasn't like huge quantity of food, and the people were working the land in order to live. Why the Mediterranean diet? It's protective against disease, it's anti-inflammatory, it's plant-based, it's rich in healthy fats, it's not restrictive, you don't count calories, and incorporates a healthy lifestyle. Just like I told you, there's no such thing as driving everywhere and the suburban lifestyle or shopping from the supermarket all the time. It's the Mediterranean diet, as they call it, has garnered significant press lately. And this region is a perfect springboard to allow all of you students or whoever wants to come to experientially actually learn about the pronounced link between lifestyle choices, food, culture, and of course, aging and chronic disease. So one of the basic elements, what is it? Of the Mediterranean, what do you think when you hear Mediterranean? Olive oil, you know, full of saturated and monounsaturated fats, the good fats, as they say. We hear all about the benefits of olive oil and its inflammatory properties. And it's everywhere here. And of course, olives. Every meal has olives in the Mediterranean. Most people love them, but some people don't like the texture. I had some students that absolutely didn't like the texture, but everybody should try them. You know, even if you spit it out, you should try them. Table olive oil is everywhere. Food here is drenched in olive oil. Like in the States, you buy a little bottle from the supermarket, and here they buy extra virgin olive oil by the 20-kilo cans. I mean, every family has at least a couple of cans a year. And one of the greatest joys of eating is dipping your bread in all the olive, you know, the Greek salad is like drenched in fresh, smelly olive oil, and you just dip your bread in it. So it's very integral part of the food here. And I remember the first time I went to a press, which we will do with the autumn students, the people that come, because they press the olives in the autumn, like October, November. When they dump all the olives, and then thing just comes up like gold or something. And I was like really moved. I got tears in my eyes. I can't believe I'm actually seeing this. It's amazing. You can just eat it right there and then, nothing. You do nothing to it. It's amazing. So that's another thing. You'll actually see it and experience it. If you go, and we will visit the local olive markets, I mean, there's no packaged olives here. You know, you buy, you choose what you want. You want green, you want black, you want bitter, you want salty, you want small, you want big, you want dried, olives everywhere. It's a very basic part. And of course, another very important part of the Mediterranean diet is seafood and fish. You always heard about that. And we will go and visit fisheries or work with fishermen. Saltwater fish, it's much more tastier than freshwater fish. And it has, because it's in salt water, and it probably penetrates in. And it has much fewer bones than freshwater fish. So it's a very big part. It's a very big part of the protein, along with poultry, beans, and eggs. And another thing that's very interesting is all the small seasonal fish. It's like something like smelts and sardines, but fresh, not like canned. They're very popular and part of everybody's diet. They're full of antioxidants and healthy fats and high in omega-3s, low in heavy metals. And what's interesting is, just as we know, presently, most people in the United States are totally disconnected from the source and the ingredients and the origins. And one of the things we're going to learn is the quality and what good material tastes like. We had a group of students from the Midwest, and in order to treat them at the pre-order dinner we had, other than some meat, we had 2 types of fish. And they were like looking at it, like, what is this? It had a head and it had tail, and they didn't know how to eat it. Some were grossed out. And with some of them, we had to teach them how to skin them and how to bone them, because they were small little fish, because they grew up with fish fillets, or I don't know, all these little fried square things. They have no heads, no tails, nothing. Or the next thing they have are the sardines in a can. So that was an interesting experience. I'm not going to order that again. I'll let them order what they want. And another big part is cheese. And in this program, we'll visit places that make cheese and have huge variety of cheeses. The craft of cheese making dates back at least 5,000 years here. It may have originated from nomadic herdsmen who stored milk in vessels made from goat and sheep skins, and then it fermented and it turned into cheese, and it could last longer this way. And it's Greece is a cheese lover's paradise. And I remember, again, when I was in the States, I would miss cheese. I wanted cheese. And I would go to the supermarket, And they had these blocks of, you know, the cheddar or the Monterey or whatever, and they were like chalk. Like they look like fake. They didn't even feel like cheese, like real cheese. And most cheese or cheese products are made of yogurt and sheep milk, so they're much easier to digest. It's not like in the States you drink as an adult like gallons of cow milk, like gallons. That was another first that you never see in Europe, never. That was another interesting. And cheese here is made with a variety of styles, tastes, aromas, consistencies, soft, hard, sharp, mild. You go to a restaurant or tavern, or you order a glass of wine and they serve little cheese with it. All the time. You have all kinds of cheeses, and you have regional, and of course everybody knows feta. I'm sure you know feta. You know feta cheese? You heard of it probably, yeah. Again, as I said, it's a cheese lover's paradise. Another very interesting component are herbs and medicinal plants. Now, one of the things we're going to do is go to the mountains and depending on season, and collect herbs. We have a specialist that will teach us how to collect herbs. And one thing everybody does at late summer is they go and collect their own oregano or thyme, and they make it into little bunches like the ones in the photo. And when they dry, they hang them in front of their houses. And when they dry, they all get together and rub them to get the oregano. And everybody, you know, says, oh, my oregano is better, or where I'm from, it smells better. Oh, look at this, you know. When they visit other people's homes, they bring a little oregano with them and say, oh, this is from my area. It's the best oregano. And we'll select herbs and cook a variety of dishes, and make infusions for drink. And we'll learn how to distinguish them. And they have, depending on the area and depending on the season, there's always something. So they don't buy them dry here. They don't buy tea bags. They make them. And sometimes, to tell you the truth, I'm a little bit lazy to put all the greens in to boil to make my own tea. But when I do that, it's amazing. Lavender and mints, and you know about all this stuff. So much flavor and color. We hear so much about sugar everywhere. Everybody said the enemy, no white sugar, it's inflammatory, which it is, because it's very refined. But honey is nature's sweetener, and they use honey everywhere here. They use it as a sweetener. They use it to make desserts. They use it for breakfast. They use it for tea. That's what they use as a sweetener. Of course, you know, in urban settings, of course, they started using more and more sugar. What can I say? But it's full of antioxidants and natural antibacterial, and it soothes and comforts. And there was a time that I had a sore throat, and I said, oh, I should get a cough syrup or something, or in a chest. And they told me, no. You don't do that stuff. So they said equal parts of honey, vodka, or tipura, or another Greek, and then lemon. You know, and it worked like a charm, or it knocked me out, or actually worked like a charm. I don't know. It was great. So they really believe in honey. They have, and then they have bitter honey. They have dark. They have blonde. They have from flowers. Then have some from pines. You know, everything. They know how to tell the difference. And we're going to go visit all kinds of areas in this program and try to taste and see how it's done, and be able to tell the difference, and get more in touch with the raw material and the roots of it, instead of the jar honey that, if you read the ingredients, most of the time it has just a little bit of honey and all kinds of other stuff. And wine. Is somebody that doesn't like wine, will explore in this program the benefits of wine, and we visit ancient wine varietals. And it's so much an integral part of local culture. You know, you sit and you share a glass of wine. First thing they offer you, you just sit. In the States, is can I offer you a cup of coffee? Here is, can I pour a glass of wine? The program, part of the program is we'll be touring local wineries. We'll be learning the history and tradition, latest developments, and there's all the craze now with the antioxidant properties of red wine and the red wine varietals. And we'll do some history, like, the first Greek gourmet, the first person that wrote a cookbook was an ancient Greek called Archestratos, 330 BC. And he wrote the first cookbook. And some people are trying to remake his recipes. And this suggests that cooking has always been very important and significant in the Greek society. It's incredibly rich and diverse, and there are so many area of foods and so many ways of cooking and thousands of years of living. So imagine all the fun stuff one can learn. And through food, we discover tasting and experiencing the true joys that we can all share, because it's an adventurous journey. And don't forget that Greece is the cradle of civilization, as they say, or modern civilization, and it's the land of the gods of Olympus. So they have all kinds of stories and myths about foods and drinks. So we're going to have fun with that as well. And I don't know if you guys or whoever likes cooking, it's cooking paradise. We have a chef with us at all times. And not only will be cooking, we will be doing excursions where, according to season, of course, others in the summer, different in the fall, where we'll be picking, let's say, chestnuts and the mushrooms. And then we will be going into a small little village where we'll probably overnight, stay there during the night, and cook all together with all the ingredients we all picked. And that's what we're going to eat at night. So the whole thing will be a true farm to fork experience. And more cooking. I mean, this is part of the enjoying and eating. And if you ask a Greek that went on a holiday on a trip, and you ask them, did you have a good time? They will tell you what they ate and where they ate. That's the thing. And you tell them, no, what did you do? They said, oh, I found this amazing restaurant. They had this amazing food. And forget the half-hour lunch breaks. There's no such half-hour eating lunch in the office, because you don't eat to put food in your body here. Food is a social interaction. Food is as a connector, is a way of meeting people. It's a way of connecting. It's a way, you can sit for, lunches are a minimum of 2 hours. So you put, another thing that is very popular here, and a lot of Americans have to get used to it, is you don't each order your own. You order through the middle for everybody to share, and you'll start eating from, you don't eat exactly from each other's place. Of course, this is pre-COVID, but it's a whole social interaction. You just eat and enjoy, and you just have food as a connector. And then after talking and sharing and blah, 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 whatever, then you say, you take and eat and stretch it out and enjoy. So we'll learn how to do that. And I have some students that got feedback back, and they said they went back home and they were picking from other people's plates because that's what they were used to. It was like, no, it's fine. And this way, of course, you eat much less quantity, the little mezet plates instead of huge meal dinner. And everybody has heard now, and this is very popular nowadays, how food is medicine. Hippocrates was born in Greece, 400 BC, on the island of Kos, and he's the first one that said that let food be thy medicine. I get goosebumps when I read this every time. And medicine be thy food. He was the first one that claimed that diseases were natural, not supernatural. Because, if they didn't know what caused something, they said, oh, the gods are punishing us or something. They're natural. And most ailments, he claimed, were associated with gluttony, like eating a lot and eating not good stuff. He's the first one that believed that people should not eat a lot of food because it causes inflammation. So it's amazing. It's amazing in the States when you see the servings, the sizings, amazing for one person. They can feed a family of 4. And he also, and we're also going to study, and he also, Hippocrates talked about the importance of nutrition to prevent or even cure disease. They even have now nutritional psychiatry, because it also not only can cure disease, it can cure the mood, can affect the mood. And they say that part of food can trump genetics, because if you get disease through bad diet, it can affect up to 4 generations. Because not only that, the next generation learns to eat the way you taught them to eat, and then you create more damage, and then it's a cumulative damage and epigenetics. So it's so important to study and feel and learn about how nutrition, and understand that in your bones how nutrition can prevent or even cure disease. In medical school, I don't think they teach the power of foods. I think they do it more and more now. But it's so powerful that it changes in your diet can even trump genetics. And Nicole was even saying that everybody has heard about the blue zones. There are about 4 or 5 in the whole world. And there are places where people live very long. One of those places is an island called Ikaria. And it's very close to the island of Kos, which is the island where Hippocrates was born. And they call it the longevity island, or the island where people forget to die. The median age is 90. Of course, they look like they are 70. I mean, they're so active and in such good health. What they found is what keeps them young is they never stop moving. They never stop working, tending their fields, doing whatever they're doing. They eat seasonally. They eat off the land. They rest. They take naps. They're very laid back. They don't have this high anxiety life that the Western world and all of us are experiencing. They don't, they have very strong family interconnections and intergenerational connections. Actually, one of the bad things that happened with this COVID in Bergamo in Italy, and so many older people died before people knew exactly what was going on, is because they were all living together. I mean, the generations are so interconnected. It's not like countries like the US where parents are here, grandparents are on the other side, the children are on the other side, like hours and hours away. Everybody's like close by. So all of this is like a security blanket. They feel comfortable, they feel a comfort, they feel secure. Anxiety is low. They rest, they take time to rest. They eat seasonally, they walk a lot. They, no such thing as taking the car everywhere. And everybody thinks that going to the gym 2 days a week or 3 days a week and I'm okay. If you don't regularly move in a normal way and do it under pressure for an hour, like really strong, that causes inflammation. That's not good. That's not necessarily good, but it makes you feel better. But you know, long term, these people just constantly move from doing housework to meeting friends to running around. So it's for them, we study that we're not talking just about longer lifespans, because being old and sick is not, you know, who wants to be that, but it's longer health spans. And that's what people are studying now more and more, not only living longer, but living well and being well. And of course, this program, which is framed by all kinds of activities, from making soap using olive oil and herbs that we're collecting, from pasta, making pasta on our own, from cheese making, from fishing, from visiting traditional healers, from, it's like full of activity where you meet good friends, and you meet friends that have the same interests as you, and you meet new friends while traveling. And we also will be involved in adventure activities like hiking and exploring beautiful nature, because this is also part of wellness, you know, being active in nature. And we'll be combining learning and fun and earning credits towards your professed degrees. And whoever can will try to trek up and visit the throne of Zeus, which is the highest peak, Mount Olympus. I'm sure you all heard myths and stories about Mount Olympus. And whoever comes in the summer, Nicole, maybe Robin, I don't know, will enjoy a lot of adventures in the turquoise of Aegean Sea. I'm sure everybody has heard about sailing in the amazing turquoise waters of the Mediterranean. And if we have a minimum amount of students, then we can even create a small group and do classes on a sailboat with our chef, along with island hopping to 3 small islands and having local pastry makers and cooks and old ladies teach us the local produce and local materials and local dishes. So that is also part of the program. Unfortunately, we need a minimum amount of people to do that, but imagine having classes on a sailboat and more blue and more fun, and the summer students will enjoy it, I think, a lot more. The famous Greek writer Kazatzakis, he's the one that wrote Zorba the Greek, the book. Happy is the man who before dying has the good fortune to sail the Aegean Sea. And really, it's a memorable experience. I really, really hope students will come, whoever can, to Greece, because as Henry Miller said, it takes a lifetime to discover Greece and hear about Greece, but it only takes an instant to fall in love with Greece. It's a small country, a very welcoming country. It's the east of the west and the west of the east. So I hope I can see you in Thessaloniki someday. Thessaloniki is the second largest city of the country. It's 500 kilometers north of Athens, and it's the home of 90,000 university students because it has the largest university of the country. So imagine everything that's going on at any given time. Of course, everything was on pause now because of coronavirus, but things are starting to move and hopefully will get better and better. So that's where the base of this program is. And to teach you one Greek expression, yamas, which means to your health, and every wish the Greeks give has the word yamas in. That's how important. And gia is health. So whenever they say anything is yamas. Now let me show you another little video to let you go with that. Just a teaser to make you want a little bit more. Octopus, more olive oil, and tsipuro, ouzo, and gyros, and fish pasta. Cheese and more cheese. Hey. What did I do? Okay. Leave us, or she's still there?
I'm still here.
No, Nicole. I can't see her. I don't know if she's, oh, you're still there. Okay. So, do you guys have any questions? I mean, now with all these new programs and the way the future and life has developed, We expect to see greater respect for and an interest in local culinary cultures and sustainability. So this program is perfect for all that. Can I answer questions?
I have a question. So since everybody can kind of like build, it sounds like can make their own trip, like timeline and stuff, how does that work with all the trips and excursions? Like how are they just continuous, like ongoing? Because I was hoping to stay for the whole summer. So I'm just wondering like how the programs work if it's all on different timelines.
Yeah.
Well, the more, yeah, go ahead.
You go first, and then I can kind of maybe add a bit in terms of just planning logistics on this end.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, logistics, the semesters usually have dates, beginning and end. The fall semester, the spring semester, and the summer, or term in the summer. Now, because of the situation, we're a lot more flexible with the students being able to come. Usually we don't have programs running the month of August, although we can do stuff the month of August again. But the only problem this will have is more so with not being with other students. Other than that, we're flexible with this.
Okay.
But it's more fun when there are 2 or 3 students together, because there's more interaction instead of just one.
Yeah.
But we can work with that too.
So just so you know, what we do is we have students who are doing customized programs, Robin, and we have grad students going to Greece. We have you guys who are like doing other programs but want to spend a term in Greece. We're kind of the clearinghouse. So we're speaking with all these participants and potential participants. And then we work with Victoria to kind of work the schedule so that, we'll run a course with the excursions 3 times if we need to, but we try to bunch our errands. And as Victoria said, so that way you're kind of with the smaller cohort doing these different things. So because it's very much, as Victoria described, it's not a classroom setting. You're actually out and about and learning from folks who are making these incredible foods and have lived this way. And so it's a very active, kind of engaged learning experience.
Okay.
Plus, it's more fun. It's more fun when you're with others, as opposed with 2 or 3 of us, and just you. Of course, we'll do that too. But I mean, if we have 3 or 4 students, we can do the 4 or 5 day sailing trip, But you can't. We can't just hire a sailing boat for 1 person, and that's what makes the difference. Other than that, we can accommodate.
Okay. So how long does a typical term or how long is the program last usually? Does that depend on how many students are involved in their timelines?
No, if you wanted to go for the regular kind of NUNM length term, you could do that. And so you would be there during, from this date to this date. And then in terms of the delivery of the course, we would try to schedule it when there are others there as well who may be coming for just a month or for 6 weeks or something like that. So that's what I mean by kind of,
got it.
Yeah, we kind of do some scheduling on this end with people's itineraries.
Okay, sounds
Plus,
good.
of course, you have time. You also have time to do side trips on your own if you want. You have plenty of free time to do stuff on your own if you are the adventurous type. But again, anybody can do anything. There are some people that are very adventurous and go out on their own, meet people. And then there are some people that are more, I don't know if I should use the word introvert, or would rather be with somebody else, would rather be with other people. They're not just like, okay, I'm meeting people. I had students that had more friends than me in 2 weeks here. And there were others that would not go anywhere if I wasn't with them.
Okay.
So it depends. The logistics side, you'll talk with Thomas and Ariane about. So because they try to combine the programs and the students.
Got it.
To make the program more interesting too, as well. And then I accommodate in this end.
Okay. I'm so excited. I already started shopping.
That's good.
Are you planning to take the shot anytime soon?
I'm still waiting. I haven't gotten my email saying that I'm eligible yet. So my fingers are crossed for sure that I'll be able to before the trip.
I'm pretty sure you will. I mean, the availability of the vaccine is much higher than they even anticipated. So that's good.
That's wonderful. And what dates are you looking at?
For summer term. So whatever dates ends up being, but yeah, I want to stay as long as possible.
Sure. So our spring term, Victoria, ends toward the end of June. I think like the 3rd week of June. Is that right, Robin? Or
no, the spring terms ends in May, and then the summer term starts 3rd week of June and goes to the end of July. It's 6 or 7 weeks, the summer term.
Yeah, but you could stay, for example, Robin, you could stay until, you know, Labor Day if you wanted. You know, you could stay, yeah, you could stay the entire summer. It's just we would, because August is traditionally a holiday month in Greece. And who knows what this year is going to be like. People will probably be so excited to be out. I mean, like, but that's fine. I mean, that just means that you can do some of your independent travel and some of your own exploring in August, and maybe do like, you know, the boat trip and all those kinds of things. So
yeah, you can also, you know, if we don't do stuff together, we'll definitely organize stuff for you, and there's no way you're going to be left not doing stuff. You know, you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, great.
But the class portion would be, let's say, 6 or 7 weeks.
Okay.
The more organized portion, yeah.
Yep.
Because you can also take trips after the actual classes end. You can take a trip to Athens. You can take, you can, you know, go to Mykonos. You can do whatever you want. Go to Santorini.
Nice.
Yeah. Nicole.
Hi, yes. So I was wondering about how many hours per week is the course, and would you be able to do service learning also with the course? And one more question, I'll be bringing my husband is coming and my 7-year-old son. So would it be appropriate that my 7-year-old son can come along?
Yes, if you have somewhere to leave them on occasion that you cannot take him with you or during classes.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not a classroom course or classroom classes.
Okay.
As long as he doesn't bother you when you have to do stuff that we cannot have him with us, and he can stay with your husband, then yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas?
Yeah, no, we can accommodate partners, kids. We've even accommodated pets. So grad students who had pets.
Yeah, we rent apartments for you. We have apartments, so you'll be independent and you live the local life, do your shopping from the market, and whatever you do.
So there's a question here from Haley Calvert. The vaccine is not necessarily required, but there may be entry requirements. So either proof that you've already had COVID-19, or that you are free of COVID-19, or that you've been vaccinated. And there is talk about like this green passport that Victoria was mentioning earlier, where we just don't know. It's kind of like to travel to certain places in the world, you have to have proof of a yellow fever vaccine, right? So like the Amazon or certain parts of Africa and stuff like that. That's just the way it is. Otherwise you can't get in. There may be that kind of rule in place.
The green passport is for sure. I mean, we already got papers. Whoever got vaccinated gets papers, government papers, and everything now is going to turn digital. And they said that with the next several months, they should have a common European Greek QR. It's a Q code, something that it shows your COVID information. So the question is not on European level. The question is U.S. level. But I am, because of the extremely good relationship between Greece and the U.S., I'm pretty sure they're going to come with bilateral agreements with that.
Yeah, I would be surprised.
They already did it with Romania. They did it with Israel. They are going to do it with the UK, and not for sure they're going to do it with the U.S.
There was another question about how much it costs. And so not to sound evasive, but that depends on how long you go. So because everything is included, your lodging, some meal stipends, the course, insurance, excursions, all of it's kind of bunched. It just depends on how long you go. So Robin, for example, wants to stay the whole summer term. So she's going to have her own, kind of program fee. And if somebody goes just for the 6 or 7 weeks of the course itself, and then comes back or goes home or whatever, that's going to be a different price because there's less housing, less everything.
Yeah, everything is individually custom made, and Thomas knows how to do that. And then if Robin, let's say if Robin is with the program and then stays longer outside the program, then she'll have to pay the rent. I mean, I don't know. You arrange everything with that. We talk about that when the time comes.
No, we just will work with her to see how long she wants to stay, and then we'd work with you and get it all arranged. And we do that all the time. All right.
So you want, so Robin, you want, anyway, we'll talk when the time comes.
So if somebody wanted to come visit me, that it would be okay for them to stay in the apartment with me?
Yep.
Great. Yep. I think I'll leave my cats here though.
Yeah. We don't want to worry about the cats and COVIDs and all that.
Yeah, Nicole wrote that she said the course sounds very wonderful and she loves the cooking aspect. Yeah, I think it's a very active, engaged kind of learning experience, as we mentioned.
And then, as I told, and I'm repeating to Thomas, I mean, this can be done in a 2-week program, 3-week program, condensed, very experiential. If there's a small group of students that want to get together and just come for gap for. I don't know, when do you have gaps in at your university? January or before school starts in September or right after school ends? Just for several weeks, we can do a 2-3 week program.
Yep.
Condensed. So,
yeah, like there are certain programs at the university that were like late August through kind of the 3rd week of September. So that'd be like a 3 or 4 week period, mostly in the month of September, where they would have free. And so we just have to talk. So if those of you who are interested in doing this program in Greece and learning, and then just contact us. Oh, I should put my email in here. I mean, I think you guys have this anyway, and you can also write to my colleague Ariane. So it's either T Morgan or A Newton at NUNM.edu, and then we'll follow up with you, set a time to chat, and just figure out how much time you have, how much money, we'll work with you.
Yeah. And we are flexible on this end because of the nature of the program, and and the professors, the instructors we have, we have it all. But again, it's always easier and more pleasant if it's more than one person for obvious reasons.
Sure. Victoria, quick question. There was one about just a logistical question about laundry in those apartments. There are washing machines for people to be able to just regularly wash their clothes, right?
Not at all apartments, but the apartments are located around the university, so there are laundromats everywhere.
Oh, got it. All right.
A lot of them have, some of them don't.
Yeah, my recommendation as a very seasoned traveler who loves to travel and cannot wait to get back out in the world is travel lightly. Take very little. For one thing, in the summer, Greece is beautifully warm and sunny, and you're going to want to buy stuff there to bring home. So don't take a lot. Take bags that are empty.
Yeah. Well, I usually when I expect somebody, I usually send them a list of the basic stuff they should have, just having in mind what we plan on doing, like, sturdy shoes if you want to go walking or hiking or something. Other than that, yeah. No,
and the other question,
yeah.
The location of the apartments, like probably most, it's very much in the core of the city. So it's walkable to lots of things, right?
Yep. I try to keep them within downtown so we can walk around everywhere. And they're just a few blocks from the seafront. So if somebody just wants to stroll and enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like travel companions, if you have children, animals, just let's talk. Let's figure out how. I mean, it's not impossible. We just have to know ahead of time.
We have to know ahead of time for the size of the place, and then the rest of the logistics will go through Thomas, and I'll talk to Thomas about it.
I have a question. I noticed that internet isn't part of, it's not covered financially. What's on average, what does it cost to just have internet at the apartment?
Most apartments have internet.
Oh, they do? I thought I read that internet wasn't included.
It depends where you are.
Okay.
Yeah, we generally kind of use that as a disclaimer because we have programs in lots of different locations, and obviously in Europe, there's a lot more internet, but in certain parts of the world, internet can be scarce. And so people use their phone networks as their internet source. And so you'd have to make sure, you know, we have a data plan and all that kind of stuff. So, and okay. Some cell providers are way better for international plans than others. Like T-Mobile's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus in Greece, most apartments have their internet. I would just say 99 just to cover myself in case there's something that doesn't, but I never get apartment that don't have internet. Plus any coffee shop you go or any place you go, you order a cup of coffee and you say, or a glass of wine, and you say, what's the password, please? And they give you the password. So you can freely use you can just go and sit somewhere for hours and study. That's what the students do here. They're all sitting for hours outside.
I just want to say I have to go in just a few minutes. I have another meeting at 10. And so we have a few more minutes if there are some additional questions.
I have a quick question. So should we email to talk about pricing?
Yes, just email me
and
Ariane, and we'll set a time to chat with you, and we'll find out when you want to go and how long and all that stuff.
Cool, because I would like to bring my partner with me, and he works from home, so it would kind of be perfect because as long as we can bring his monitor and there's Wi-Fi, I feel like he can probably figure that out.
This is the silver lining of COVID-19. Let's face it, you know,
it's gonna explode.
It's not been all bad. We've been able to rethink how we do lots of things, and all those sacred cows are not so sacred. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing to be able to work remotely.
Other than hankering down and being cooped up, change is fun. I don't mind change, and this is a wonderful change. Digital nomads.
Digital nomads. Yeah, I'm looking forward to shedding the pounds that I put on, but whatever.
Okay, so any questions you have, you can shoot me an email, and the rest you'll figure it out with Thomas and Ariane, the logistics and the timing.
Thank you, Victoria, so much, and thank you to all of you participants for showing up and being a part of this conversation. And we really look forward to working with you and planning your trip to Greece, and to learn so much about this diet and the lifestyle and the health.
And I hope you kind of cluster yourselves together so you can have each other as well.
We'll do our best to mush them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, good meeting everybody. Nicole already left.
No, I'm here. Thank you so much, Victoria.
Okay, good. Okay, Nicole.
And nice so, just so you guys, the only thing I know how to say in Greek is Evkaristo.
Parakalo. Parakalo means avec plaisir. You're welcome. And yamas. Yamas.
Oh, yamas. That's what I did that.
To your health. And this is tea.
All right. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Hope to see you. Hope to see you.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.